Yo, what's going on, everybody? So today I'm gonna be getting the Platinum Trophy for Horizon Zero Dawn. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see y'all boys and girls in the next one. Peace. So starting off in the game, we're introduced to this character named Rost. And Rost is basically Aloy's caretaker. And he's basically her only father figure. So we set off on our way to perform a ritual on Aloy in order to bless her and give her a name. Since she has no mother, the mother can't do that. So yeah. After we arrive to this matriarch called Tirsa, she blesses Aloy, and then Rost finally gives Aloy a name. So this is 6 years later, and Aloy sees a bunch of like Nora kids that grew up in the Nora tribe gathered blueberries, and she wanted to help and like bring blueberries too, but since Aloy and Rost are outcasts, they are forbidden to like speak to like the Nora tribe members or like to be interacted with. So yeah, she gets pretty mad and she crushes those blueberries. So after she gets mad, she decides to just run away, and she ends up falling in a hole, which ends up being a part of the metal world. Basically a ruin from the old ones. So after exploring the ancient ruin for a little bit, she found this little device that's actually called a focus, and the focus basically shows you stuff that you can't see with your naked eye, and the focus can scan like lost recordings and like just like holograms, and yeah, it's pretty useful, to be honest. So after we finally found a way out of the cave, aka Erdogan, we finally found Rost, and he was gonna teach Aloy how to hunt and survive in the wilds. Anyways, after we get back home, Aloy is still trying to adjust to her new device, aka the focus. So after the Rost teaches us how to avoid and hide from machines, we then meet this guy. His name is Teb, and he's basically training for the proving. Rost teaches us that throwing our rocks nearby machines can lure them like closer to you, and then you can kill them. Anyway, we just saw that like Rost killed a machine, and we basically gathered the parts to craft some hunter arrows. We basically had to kill this Strider, and we basically examined, I guess you can call it that, examined the Strider with our focus, and it showed us its weak spots, and we basically had to kill the Strider and like gathered the resources. After following Lost, we saw this guy again. His name is Teb, and yeah, he basically fell down and found himself in a dangerous situation, surrounded by machines. But of course, since we have a focus now, we can also see the machines like paths, and we basically decided to go in there and rescue Teb. So after we rescued the Teb, we earned our first trophy. Finally, about time. Anyways, after we rescued the Teb, he wanted to thank us, but the Nora tribe, like they don't talk to outcasts, and yeah, he basically got in trouble for wanting to talk to us. So on our way back home, we meet this Bast kid again, and he basically hates Aloy because she grew up with no mother, and he threw a rock at us. So long story short, Aloy was asking questions about her mother, and Dost had no answers, and he basically told us that the only way to get answers is by winning in the proving, which is basically like some kind of like Nora competition. So years of training for the proving, and we were getting better and better. And I will say this: that transition was really clean. Anyway, though, yeah, like it's pretty safe to say that like we trained really hard, and basically we were prepared to done in the proving and win. Anyways, a few hours before the proving, Rost told us that like he wasn't gonna like talk to us or like see us because of the tribal law, and like that he was gonna hide somewhere where even we can't track him. So yeah. So Rast brought us to a place called the Embrace, and we had to kill this sawtooth. Yeah, let's just say we had to kill this sawtooth on our own. So after we killed the sawtooth, we earned another trophy, defeated the sawtooth. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, but we also learned how to craft fired arrows. My bad. So after these jerks didn't wanna open the door for us, Tirsa forced them, and we basically entered the mother's heart where the proving was gonna done, and Tirsa told us that an old friend was waiting for us. Anyways, after we entered the mother's heart, we had to listen to this boring ass fucking speech that like the priest had, and by the way, this priest is a part of the Karja tribe, and the guy next to him is Aaron, and he's a part of the Asaram. Anyways, after listening to that boring ass speech, we find a guy that has a focus just like us for the first time. Upon entering into the lodge, we see this kid Bast again, aka the guy who threw a rock at Aloy and gave her a scar. So it's basically the next day, and we were ready to run in the proving and prove everyone wrong and win. So after we won the proving, like I said we would, we were made a brave, which is basically a part of the tribe. And there was only one problem. We got ambushed at the proving by a random cult that we don't even know. To be completely honest, I don't know what the fuck this trophy is for, but yeah, we basically earned a trophy here. So after we killed all the attackers, we find out that they have a focus of their own, the same focus as Olin had, which means that they saw us and heard us through Olin's focus. So after that whole sequence, we meet the cult's leader, and he was basically choking us to death. But luckily, we had someone to help us, Rost. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, this was not really fun to watch. Yeah, basically Rost got stabbed and killed. Yeah. And they brought the explosives, of course, to blow us up for some reason. And Rost saved our life. He basically sacrificed himself to save us, which is really, really sad. So we somehow ended up waking up inside some random cave. So after we found our gear inside the cave, we tried to examine the enemy's focus to see what the focus has inside of it. And we found a hologram of the guy fucking choking us to death. And yes, they saw us through Olin's focus, and that's how they were able to ambush us at the proving. Oh yeah, and we also look alike with this woman right here, which is apparently our mother. So we then find out that the person who saved us was Tirsa, the Nora matriarch. So Tirsa brought us to a place called the Great Chamber, and we found out that we were apparently born inside of a mountain, which yes makes no sense. But I mean, apparently we were never born by a mother, but apparently we were born inside a mountain. I know it makes no sense. It's stupid. So they anointed me as a seeker for the Nora tribe, which basically means I can travel. I can travel anywhere I want to. So after minutes of arguing with this retard, Resh, the Nora war chief, to open the gate, we get attacked by a new machine, which the Nora tribe call a demon. But the machine is actually called a corruptor, and it basically corrupts the other machines and it makes them evil. So yeah. So after we killed all the machines and the corruptor, we find the device the corruptor had in order for the machines to obey his every command. And we basically took this device for ourselves, and now we have to test it on a machine to see if it works. Oh yeah, and we are on our way to speak to a guy named Varl. So after speaking to Varl, he told us that we should go to Mother's Crown, and in Mother's Crown there's a girl called Maria, and apparently she knows the way to Meridian. Alright, so this trophy right here is for applying your first modification to your bow. We also earned a trophy for leveling up, reached level 10. After tracking the killers who struck the proving, we basically cleared all of their camps, and earned a trophy for it.
They won't be able to kill him.
This trophy right here just requires you to get 30 headshots, that's it. And also earned a trophy for clearing my first bandit camp ever. So after we made it to Mother's Crown and talked to Maria, she told us that Karja closed their gates because of the corrupted machines. So now we basically have to clear all the corrupted machines in order for the Karja to reopen their borders. So before clearing the corrupted zones, I was doing some side quests and basically going for trophies. This trophy right here you get for overriding the first cauldron. And this trophy right here requires you to override your first Tallneck. So this trophy right here is called get 3 strikes from above. Basically kill a machine above ground 3 times. Kill 10 vulnerable machines. And this trophy right here was for clearing my first corrupted zone. So after clearing 2 corrupted zones, I had to also clear the corruptors from the Karja fort in order to get to Meridian. Oh yeah, and also earned a trophy for it, so yeah, there you go. So upon arriving into Meridian, we meet with Eren again, and we basically had to explain everything about Olen again to Eren and how he's a traitor and stuff. He didn't seem too happy because he considers Olen as a friend. Anyway though, we broke into Olen's apartment, house, whatever you want to call it, to investigate and see why he was working with the killers. And the killers are known as the Eclipse. And then we found out that the killers are keeping his wife and his child captive, and that's why he was working with them. So after investigating Olen's house and seeing that the Eclipse are holding his family captive, we tracked down Olen to a place where they're basically bringing corruptors back to life, and the corruptors are controlled by Hades, and also we're introduced to a new character. His name is Silence, and he's basically our friend, kind of, and he was able to somehow disable the Eclipse's focuses and made this easy for us. So after speaking to Olen, he finally admits that yeah, the Eclipse saw us through his focus, and he basically tells us who Hades is, and he also tells us that Eclipse they worship Hades. So we basically decided to spare Olen's life, and in return he basically told us that if we want to learn more about our mother, we should head to a place called Maker's End and find more about her. Before heading off to Maker's End, I also did a few side quests, and I basically earned these 3 trophies along the way. So after we made it to Maker's End, we had to kill a lot of Eclipse and a Deathbringer machine, and we tried examining their focus, and let's just say that Hades stopped us from examining the focus, and he basically exploded the focus. So yeah, he was pretty mad. So after we made it inside Maker's End, we had to open a door, and the door only opened for a person called Dr. Sobek, which we had no clue who she was, but we were about to find out. So inside Maker's End, we find out that Pharaoh Automated Solutions, I think it's called, is basically a big company of a guy named Ted Pharaoh, and the company basically created like machines and focuses. So basically, long story short, because you best believe this is a long story. So yeah, long story short, this guy named Ted Pharaoh, let's just say he created killer robots. Like basically, he created robots that consume biomass as fuel, and basically these killer robots threatened to fucking destroy life on Earth. But Elizabeth Sobek, which I'm guessing is our mom, Elizabeth found a way to like stop that from happening, and basically stop the extinction of humanity somehow, which we still don't know, but I guess we'll figure it out. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention one little detail. So basically, she stopped these Pharaoh the robots, these killer machines, with something called Zero Dawn. Like it's basically a big project that's called Zero Dawn, which we will figure out what it is as we progress like further into the game. So this quest right here was basically us taking revenge on the Shadow Karja and the Osirum for basically killing Eren's sister, whose name is Ursa. And basically we had to do this quest and basically track down the killers who were responsible for killing Ursa, and doing doing this quest, we also meet Avad, who is the Sun King of Meridian. So, long story short, basically the guy who killed Eren's sister, Ursa, is named Durval, and he basically has a plan to get revenge on Avad. And basically, what I mean by Durval getting revenge on Avad is basically like Durval hates Avad, and apparently Durval had explosive blaze like in his temple in Meridian, and we basically had to clear this blaze we basically had to clear the blaze, otherwise the whole place of Meridian would explode. So after clearing the house, we threw basically a pile of like blaze outside the window to make sure that like we saved the Meridian, and then we basically followed the tracks and found the Durval, and basically Durval wants revenge on Avad because Durval did not get a chance to kill Abad's father, and that's why he wants revenge. So after defeating Durval, which was low-key pretty easy, we earned a trophy called Save the Meridian from its foe. So basically our next mission was to crash the Eclipse's focus network. And the only way for us to crash their entire network is to fucking climb up the tall neck and basically destroy it. So basically, after we cleared the whole base from the Eclipse, we tried to override the main module, aka the tall neck, but Hades got in our way. But luckily for us, we were able to like destroy their focus network, and let's just say Hades was not happy, and he basically ordered the machines to shoot down the tall neck, and yeah, let's just say that we were fucked. So like lucky for us, we did not die, but we had to run away now. Anyways, after we finally escaped, we earned a trophy, crashed the Eclipse network. A trophy for tearing off 5 heavy weapons. So basically, we made it to Sunfall, which is a Shadow Carja territory. We basically had to go to the Citadel, which is basically Sunfall, to basically find more information about Project Zero Dawn. So I'm gonna try to explain this as best as I can. So long story short, Project Zero Dawn is all about an AI called Gaia, and she has multiple subordinate functions that basically helped restore life on Earth, and basically helped like destroy the Pharaoh robots. And basically we had to access Elizabeth's main office in order to recover the Alpha registry master file, which would allow us to basically bypass the locked door inside All-Mother Mountain. But unfortunately we got ambushed by Helis in the facility, and if you guys don't know, Helis is the main leader of the Shadow Carja. So basically, after that scene, we got captured by Helis, and we were held captive in the Sun Ring. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention, we also got a trophy for discovering the truth before we got our face smashed. So basically we had no gear and we got dropped into the arena, but we did manage to like recover our gear, and then we had to fight a behemoth. Well, not fight, we had to kill a behemoth. And not to mention we left Helis speechless. Look at his stupid fucking face. And we also had assistance from someone, aka our good friend Silence. He came for the rescue. He basically came and rescued us from the machines and healed us. Silence also gave us a new focus because Helis destroyed our old focus. And Helis also ordered the Eclipse to attack the sacred lands, aka the Nora, so we had to go and protect them. So after our little talk with Silence, we head back to the Nora grounds. I think this was like a Mother's Watch or Mother's Crown. Like it was basically all Mother's Mountain, and basically we had to clear the area like full of corruptors, and we were able to open all Mother finally because we had the alpha registry master file. So upon entering inside All Mother, we found an old hologram, which basically showed us Gaia, and Gaia explained to us that a unknown signal that woke up Hades and made him evil. Basically, Gaia had to destroy herself, and in order to destroy herself, she had to overload the reactor in a facility that's called Gaia Prime, which is the main Zero Dawn facility. Oh yeah, and we also find out that that Aloy indeed was created by a machine, and she was kind of scarred. Like she wasn't really happy to hear that news. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that Gaia told us to go to the ruins of Gaia Prime to recover the master override, which will allow us to purge Hades once and for all. So before heading off to Gaia's Prime facility, we earned 2 trophies along the way, and we finally made it to Gaia's Prime facility, which is the main Zero Dawn facility. This right here you see is the explosion caused by Gaia. She exploded herself to save life on Earth. And this right here was the last recording hologram of Elizabeth Sobek that we ever saw. And this right here is the main main Gaia Prime room, where the staff or the team had meetings and stuff and discussed their next decisions. We watched a hologram, and we found out that Ted Pharaoh, the guy who created the Pharaoh the robots, he was the one who purged the Apollo, a sub-function of Gaia, and he basically destroyed every single copy of Apollo, and he killed Elizabeth's entire team. As you saw, he killed all of them. So after we finally got our hands on the master override, we had a little talk with Silence, and he basically told us that he was there from the beginning. He found Hades in a shattered Titan, and he basically helped Hades build an army, the Eclipse, to capture the Spire. And the Spire is basically a transmission the old ones used to send a code to destroy the Pharaoh the robots. But in Hades' case, he wants to send a code to awake ancient machines and destroy everything. So before heading into the last quest of Zero Dawn to finish the story, we got these 2 trophies. So, the final battle is finally here. we went back to Meridian to warn everybody about the fight, like the final battle Hades has planned. We were getting some rest before the final battle, but then a rude Karja soldier woke us up. I'm just joking, by the way. He had to wake us up. But yeah, Hades brought like basically the whole Eclipse, Deathbringers, Corruptors, even Helis. Everybody was here, and Helis blast through the fucking wall right here, and we basically had to deal with this asshole first. So, after finally killing all the soldiers, and after killing this piece of shit, Hatui, this fucking piece of shit, Helis, look at his stupid face. Yeah, so, after we killed Helis, we grabbed the Osiram cannons, which by the way are fucking OP as fuck, they are sick. We basically had to kill the machines coming our way, including the Deathbringers. So after defending against the machines, this Deathbringer shot rockets at the wall, basically knocked us out, and this Deathbringer machine had Hades inside him. So the ball that you just saw was Hades inside, so we had to chase him. So after chasing after Hades, we were kind of too late because he already transmitted the signal to the Spire. And this was our worst nightmare because the ancient machines were waking up, and it was, yeah, let's just say it was low-key scary because like everything was being wiped out, even the leaves on the trees, everything was being wiped out and destroyed. So after we made it to the Spire, thankfully Varl, Eren, and Sona were all still alive. And they had our backs against Hades. They were gonna they were gonna put up a fight against Hades. But yeah, Hades right here tried trapping us, but it didn't work. Well, it did, but kind of didn't. Like he instead basically like corrupted a corruptor, if that makes sense, and we had to defeat the corruptor, and then we had to purge Hades, basically like use yeah, we basically had to use the master override on him, and that's exactly what we did. But in order to activate the master override, we had to state the name and the rank, and the name is Elizabeth. So back in the rank is Alpha Prime, and basically after the master override was activated, we were able to destroy Hades once and for all, thankfully, and stop the attack, stop the like machines from like destroying our whole planet. And this is the end of Zero Dawn's story. To be honest, I really enjoyed playing it, and to be honest, I highly recommend for anyone that wants to try it out, try it. It's good. Oh man, how do I even like explain this? Okay, Gaia. Oh god. So this right here is the true and final end to Zero Dawn story. So right here in this scene, we basically go to Elizabeth Sobek's grave, where she well, yeah, where she's dead, and she died wearing like an ancient armor. I'm guessing like from her times, and yeah, this, oh my god, this scene is just like so emotional. Like we finally see like her face in person. Like we finally see her face in person, and it's just a roller coaster of emotions, man. Like it's really, really sad and good at the same time. But yeah, we basically found her watch. I think this is. We basically recovered her watch, and we kept the watch for the memories of the legendary Elizabeth Sobek that saved our lives. Alright, so this right here is basically a mini montage, kind of like of me getting all the necessary trophies in order to get the platinum. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment, have a great day, and yeah, I'll basically catch you guys in the next one. Peace.